Hey, this is your girl, Michelle Diva. I'm bringing you another episode of the Ultimate Girls Trip, Season 5, Episode 2, Leather or Like It or Not. Okay. If you are new here, welcome. We do reviews here. This is the Diva Nation. And if you're returning, welcome back. Yeah, Lord. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. We will begin, y'all. Okay. So, the ladies are leaving Beverly Hills. Kyle is emotional. She's emotional. It is her 30-year wedding anniversary to Mauricio. Okay? Okay. Mauricio gonna send her a text talking about happy anniversary. I don't know how we got here. Yeah, you ain't coming back though. You ain't coming back. Okay? Now, yeah, Mauricio ain't coming back. I was about to say Mauricio gonna try to sow his wild oats and then come back, but I think he ain't even come back. I think he in love with somebody else. Okay, honestly and truly, I think he ain't coming back. I think he don't want to get a divorce because Kyle owns pretty much his realty company. Okay, he don't want to split it. He don't want to do nothing with it because he may have to shut it down and reopen something else. He don't want to do all that. Okay, so he just keeping her on the string. Okay, on the string. Okay, for for his purposes. But matter of fact, now that I think about it, ain't Kyle carpet munching too, like Portia? Cause you know what? Cause Portia, okay, so they get into the hotel, and I'm gonna get to this later. But they get into the hotel, and Kyle was like, I sleep with a pillow between my legs, and she said, and Portia said, I sleep with a housewife between my legs. Ain't she carpet munching too? Or did that relationship break up? Yeah. I don't know, child. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. My ADD brain just, goes different places. But anyway, so he ain't come back, baby. He just don't want to divorce you, because he don't want to split that company up. Okay? So you gonna have to figure out what you need to do, because you crying. And Mauricio in there chilling. He over here chilling. He in Aspen. He doing this thing. He laid up with some blonde chick, because I'm quite sure it's a blonde chick. He doing this thing and you crying. So you gonna have to figure that out, honey. You gonna have to figure that out, child. Anyway, so they get in the Sprinter van, and so everybody comforting Val, Kyle. Giselle was like, Kyle, you a bad bitch. You need to walk it like you talk it, child. You need to walk it like you talk it. Giselle said, we all been through it. And so they show all of the years that people were divorced. Okay. And Portia and Luann have been divorced twice on national TV. So, hey. And, Cynthia wasn't there, but Cynthia been divorced on national TV too. Okay. Twice. Okay. So, yeah. But everybody else was divorced, and except for Lisa. And we don't know if she gonna get a divorce this year or not, because they stuff is flimsy. But Lisa and Kyle should be getting a divorce. That's what she should be doing. Okay, but yeah, Lisa and Kyle. So we'll see. They trying to hold on. These little black-haired ladies trying to hold on. I'm gonna stop. Anyway, so then Giselle said, I had a visitor last night. This lady called Lisa Barlow. And apparently Vicki told Teresa, Kyle, and Lisa that she don't like Giselle. She she's a pot stirrer, and she's just gonna put her in the box. So Giselle was like, Lisa told me that you was gonna put me in the box. And so Giselle was like, I hope it's with a pretty pink bow. I know that's right. I'm a pink girl too, as you can see. Okay. Put me in the box too. I'm trying to find some pink dining room chairs for this house. I'm trying to find some pink dining room chairs. I got my pink accessories in my kitchen. My pink crock pot just came. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, honey. But I'm a pink girl, so I get it. But anyway, Vicki was like, you just wanted to stir stuff up. You weren't even there. You so I put you over there, because I just don't understand why you did that. And so, but she was like, but I'm in the middle of work, because she got her laptop open. So she not like conversing with everybody else. She got her laptop open trying to do some work, trying to do some work. And so she was like, cause I don't even know you, but you knew enough about Giselle to talk to her and Luann about your friend Tamara. You knew enough. And you knew enough about Giselle to talk about your friend Tamara in her face. Okay, you can't be mad that she went back and told the girl, cause that's what reality TV is. Somebody go say something, and then they go back and tell that person, and so that person mad at you cause you ain't tell them. That's all reality television is, okay? So, I don't know why you can't be mad. Giselle said, I have several things I could be doing right now, but I'm here. Girl, bye.
Shut up, bitch.
Girl, bye. Giselle, who you think you talking to? I just remember last season where you ain't have nothing, absolutely nothing to do. Absolutely nothing. Your kids was gone. You ain't had no man. You had absolutely nothing to do. So don't get here and say that you had something to do. You had several things to do, cause you don't. Okay, girl, bye. I reviewed and I watched Real Housewives of Potomac, and it was one episode where you was just sitting on your damn bed. Because you had nothing to do. Your girls are gone. Okay? And if you have a man, you ain't sharing them with the world. So, okay.
Shut up, bitch.
Okay. Girl, you ain't got shit else to do. Okay? But anyway, so she was like, close the computer now. Lisa in the confessional saying the same thing. She was like, I don't know why she think that she was just gonna have a calm sprinter ride doing her work, going to Beverly Hills. No. She was just like, no. She was like, when do we have any kind of calm sprinter ride? So they played that beautiful bean footage talking about Nene when she was about to fight Kim in the sprinter van. Let me see what else we got. Kelly telling Portia that she got a chili cheese chili cheese coochie. Um, Meredith yelling at Britt, talking about, you recording us, you recording us. Mary in the back of the Sprinter, because she didn't want to go eat with these ladies. She was like, can you pull up into McDonald's? Let me see what else they got. Oh, and the kicker of all kickers, when Jen got arrested, when the CIA and the FBI was outside the Sprinter. when they were looking for Jen, okay? When they were looking for Jen, okay? Okay? And that's a few. That's just a few, okay? So yeah. So Lisa was like, "You need to close your laptop because you ain't gonna have no comrade on Real Housewives of any franchise. You ain't gonna never have a comrade when you in a Sprinter van." So Vicki was like, I don't want to think that I'm talking bad about her. But Giselle said, but you did. And you talked to Luann also. You did talk bad about her. So what's the problem? So then Teresa was like, yeah, and you were mean to me too. Okay, Teresa, okay. You were mean to me too. Okay. All right. And then Vicki was like, what did I do? What did I do? And she was just like, you said that I changed the most, on my pictures and yelling at me but to pay my taxes and stuff like that. And so she was like, well, it was a reference to someone in my cast. That's bullshit. That is absolutely bullshit. Okay. Was the reference to somebody in your cast as far as paying your taxes? But you said, and then Luann said, but you was looking at her though. You was looking at her. Why you making a reference to somebody in your cast, but you looking at Teresa? And so Vicki points out, and then Vicki just tries to change the subject altogether. She pointed out sites on the street talking about this is a high-end boutique, da 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 da, and everybody, and Luann was like, she giving me Ramona vibes, everybody was like, what the fuck going on here? And so then they go back to her being mean to Teresa. And she said, and I don't want to be reminded about what happened 10 years ago. I'm trying to put that in the past. But Teresa, come here, baby. Come here, baby. You brought it up, though. You brought it up. Okay? You brought it up at that table. Okay? And then Vicki was like, I signed a refinanced mortgage and stuff, and I found out he didn't pay his taxes and stuff. And then Vicki was hitting the table talking about, you need to pay your taxes, you need to pay your taxes, you need to pay your taxes. Okay. So you did it. So you brought it up. So you can't be mad at her for what she said, because you brought the shit up. So if you don't want to be reminded, don't bring it up no more. Okay? How about that, Teresa? How about that? Okay? Anyway. So Vicki was like, oh, and also she said that you said I was overrated too, because it was a BravoCon that somebody asked Vicki who was the overrated housewife, and Vicki said Teresa Giudice, and so Vicki did own up to it. She was just like, listen, you was getting Dancing with the Stars, you was getting Apprentice and stuff like that, and it may have been a little jealousy. Yeah, because Vicki think that she started it all. And to one little point she did, just one little point that she did start it, but you ain't flipped the table like Teresa. So yeah, you just be acting like you about to throw up and shit, That, you made a fuss about this damn minivan. That wasn't iconic. Teresa flipping that table was iconic. Okay, okay, all right. That was iconic. Okay, Nene is iconic. Okay, that's why she got Dancing with the Stars and all that other stuff, and The Apprentice and stuff like that, because she was iconic. Okay, you were not iconic, ma'am. Sorry, you weren't. Okay. I don't think nobody was on the OC iconic for as far as I'm concerned, but I didn't watch the OC, so I can't really judge. But yeah, so it is what it is, baby. So she said I was a little jealous. So everybody was like, at least you honest, you know. So anyway, they arrive at the Beverly Hilton. Yeah. Yes, the Beverly Hilton, child. That is Kathy's hotel. Kathy is a rich bitch. I love Kathy. I want to be friends with Kathy so bad. Her and Sutton. I want to be friends with them so bad. And Jennifer Tilly. We could click. I don't want to be on camera, but we could click outside the cameras. Anyway. So they arrive at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. So I'm quite sure they got all free rooms. Anyway, so they're gonna have a pajama party, okay? So Luann is calling her hot ass boyfriend. That man is hot. I said, oh, he kind of fine. He kind of fine. She said he German, and she said, and he lives in Germany. I live here. She said, but I travel a lot, and when we see each other, we see each other. I know that's right. Where can I find that, Luann? Where can I find that? Okay, when we see each other, we see each other. Okay, if we don't, we don't. Where can I find that? Okay, please tell me where I can find that. Okay, let me know. Okay, because I don't want him to try to get a green card for me to take care of him. I don't want none of that. I ain't trying to do no 90-day fiance shit. Okay. When we see each other, we see each other. When we don't, we don't. Okay. And he still buy me gifts. Okay. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. I don't want no K1 visa and shit like that. I need to find me somebody outside this country. Okay. When we see each other, we see each other. When we don't, we don't. Okay. I don't need no 90-day fiance. I don't need that. I just need. Listen, he could be in this country, but he got to be on the other side of the country. Because when we see each other, we see each other. What's her name? Oh God, Shirley Ralph. Her husband. They live on different sides of the country. Listen. I can do that. I can work with that. I can work with that, honey. I'm telling you what. Anyway, so they eat. Vicki mad because Luann put some chicken kebab something. She put it on her plate, and and she was like, "You put that on my plate now. Just get another plate. What's the problem? I don't see the problem with it, but she gonna make a fuss about it." And then she said she got a really strong gag reflex. You faking. Okay. You faking. Okay. But Portia said, "Vicki, you don't suck penis." That is a good point. You don't suck penis? You don't suck penis? So she was just like, how do we get in there? What? And so, so wait a minute. Yeah, she said, I never said I didn't. Luann said, well, Giselle said, well, Luann said that, she said in the Sprinter that Vicki needed to get some dick, okay? Okay. And so Luann said, yes, I did. She was like, are your orgasms good? And she was just like, I'm good. And she flipped her hair and shit. She said it's been 24 hours. How about y'all lay off and I have some fun? Okay, we can have some fun. So they start dancing. Giselle asked Portia how to give a lap dance without laughing. And so she, put her leg up on the couch. She's like, you gotta let him sniff the coochie, and then she bend over, and then you gotta let him get a whiff of it, and everything like that. Then next thing you know, Kyle is riding the couch and stuff, and then she do a split like this here, when the legs like this. I said, oh shit, okay. I said, all right, that's how Mauricio may miss that one, honey. She may miss that one. And then Lisa said, I can do a split, but she said, I can do a split like this. I can't do this one right here. I can do the split like this. And then they try to get Vicki to get in the mood or whatever. And so they said, well, if we'd have bought some life insurance policies, that'd got you in the mood. So everybody was talking about, we gonna buy life insurance policies, and they over there crawling on each other and shit like that. They trying to get Vicki in the mood, whatever. So then Lisa gets emotional. She grabbing Portia by her neck, talking about, have you always been this? No, she said, have you always been like this? And so Portia was like what? She was like, just fun. And so she was like, yeah, I've always been fun. And that's the God's honest truth. Portia has always been fun after she divorced Cordell. She may have been fun before she got with Cordell, but we met her when she was with Cordell. After she met Cordell, she just let loose, okay? So she's always been fun. But when she was married to Cordell, she wasn't fun, okay? He wasn't having that shit. But after Cordell, she let loose. She let loose, okay? So, she in the confessional saying, she started crying, tearing up, talking about, and Lisa, stop fucking crying, okay? I'm gonna give you this, just for GP, because because I haven't reviewed your season yet, but I'm gonna give it to you. Now I can't find it no more. Here we go.
Stop fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that when you get when I review Salt Lake City, because you gonna cry because you good at crying, okay? But I'm gonna give you that right now, because listen, she said, when we having a good time on my cast, somebody always mess it up, and it's always to my extent. I don't think it's that. I think you trying to play the victim on that. It's a lot on yours thing, but it's not all. It's usually you and Meredith. Okay, well, moving on. The next day, Portia calls her mom. She said, I only been here 3 days. She was like, I thought I was been here a week. Sutton has a ugly leather pants party. Okay. And apparently this was a scene on Beverly Hills, talking about, she Crystal said, you jealous of me, Sutton? Sutton was like, I am not jealous of you and your ugly little leather pants. So Crystal arrives in them ugly leather pants, okay? And then Kyle and the ladies arrive, and Kyle said, I am at Sutton's home. She said, the last time I was in Sutton's home, And then they flash back where Kyle was like, Kyle was trying to talk to Sutton, and she kept saying, "Name them, name them, name them, name them." I love that scene. Name them, name them. So they sit down to eat. Sutton, not Sutton. Luann moves her place card. She was sitting next to Vicki. She don't want to sit next to Vicki. She wants to sit next to Sutton, so she moved her place card. And then Sutton asked about the trip. Vicki said we went on the boat. Then we went to the Quiet Woman. Luann said that she had a shrine of Slay who told her she looked like Porky Pig. She looked like Porky Pig. And so then they said, "No, it's Miss Piggy." She said, I look like a Muppet. I don't look like a damn animal." Then Giselle said, and we had a little issue with Tamara and Shannon. We had a little beef with Tamara and Shannon, but then Vicki said, yeah, because Shannon kissed Giselle's man. And Giselle said, yeah, well, she should have gave me a heads up like I did with Mauricio. And Kyle said, yeah, you gave me a heads up, but you also said you would lay horizontal with him. She said, I found that out last night. So I'm quite sure the producers told her that she was going, the Giselle said that she wanted to lay horizontal with Mauricio. Because she found that out last night. And unless she was looking at old episodes of Potomac, somebody had to tell her. And I believe the producers told her, okay? But whatever the case may be, Giselle was a loss for words like, But she apologized for saying that she wanted to lay horizontal with him. And she said it was a joke. Anyway, so then they bring out a mouse dessert. It looked like a little Twinkie that they paint as the mouse. Now Sutton is I'm still trying to be Sutton friend. Why she got 8 waiters to place like they did that at the White House, remember? On the butler, all the waiters placed the food out at the same time. All kudos, bitch, kudos, honey. Yes, girl, yes. So they placed a little Twinkie mouse, and so then they had, and Kyle was like, I know what this is about, and they showed the beautiful beam footage of Dorit talking to Sutton, and Sutton was like, okay, she was like, you said all you can say, let the mouse go. And so Dorit was like, what? She said, let the mouse go, and so now they have a scavenger hunt where they're going to find different items from the scenes of Beverly Hills, and so then that'll give them the next clue of the next item that they got to find. And so it was like 3 items, and then the sunglasses, the $25,000 sunglasses, because somebody said that these sunglasses was $25,000. These sunglasses were $25,000. I don't even know who that person was, but she just kept saying these sunglasses was $25,000. So they had to find the $25,000 sunglasses, and the 25,000 sunglasses had the key for the mouse. Okay, that looks so fun. I would enjoy that myself. Okay. And I ain't really into them games where you got to run around, but I would enjoy that too because it was nostalgia, and I think every 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 city should do a scavenger hunt to all these previous episodes because I think that was amazing. Kudos, and that looked real fun. It looked real fun, but I think Kyle. No, not Kyle. Kyle didn't win. Um, uh, Crystal, Portia, Giselle, and somebody else. They won. Um, yeah, they won. They let the mouse they let the mouse go. But I think they should do that in every city. But anyway, that was the end of the episode. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, y'all. Peace.